In our previous videos, we dealt with perimeters and circumferences, which are one-dimensional quantities, which we usually call distance or length. We used inches, feet, centimeters, and so on. Then we dealt with areas, which are two-dimensional quantities. Where we used square inches, square feet, square centimeters, and so on. Today we are going to learn about the next important geometry quantity, which has 3 dimensions, called volume. Where we use cubic inches, cubic feet, cubic centimeters, and so on. Volume is the measure of three-dimensional space. To be more precise, it's the measure of the amount of space inside a figure in space. In other words, volume tells us how much three-dimensional space an object occupies. It's a quantity that all three-dimensional objects have. We can calculate the volume of three-dimensional solids like cuboids, also called rectangular solids or rectangular prisms, cubes, cones, cylinders, pyramids, spheres, and so on. Let's calculate the volume of a cuboid, also called a rectangular solid, or most commonly, a rectangular prism. A rectangular solid or prism is an object in which all 6 sides, called faces, are rectangles. The variable L is used to represent the length of a rectangular solid. W its width and H its height. Now, how to calculate the volume of this solid is simple. Just multiply the length by the width and multiply that by the height. We see calculating the volume of a rectangular prism is similar to calculating the area of a rectangle. The only difference is that when multiplying a rectangle, we multiply the length by the width, and when multiplying the volume of a rectangular prism, we additionally multiply by the height. In other words, the volume of a rectangular prism is the area of the base times the height, or length, or whatever else you want to call it. The important thing is that you multiply 2 sides to get an area, and then multiply that by the side which is perpendicular to the area. So we can also write V equals B times H, where the capital B stands for the area of the base, which is just the area of this rectangle, and H is the side which stands perpendicular to the area. Maybe this sounds complicated, but it's very simple. Let's plug in some numbers and say the length of this rectangular prism is 10 centimeters. The width is 7 centimeters. And the height is 5 centimeters. 10 times 7 is 70, which is the area. And multiplying that by the height, which is 5, is 350. So the volume of this rectangular prism is 350 cubic centimeters. Let's look at another solid called a cube. A cube is a special type of rectangular solid. Each of the 6 faces of a cube is a square. The variable s is used to represent the length of one side of a cube. Calculating the volume of a cube is similar to the volume of a rectangular prism. We just have to calculate an area and multiply that area with the side which is perpendicular to that area. The good thing is that all sides and areas of a cube have the same length. So the volume of a cube is side times side times side, or just s cubed. So if one side of a cube has a length of 3 centimeters, then the volume is 3 cubed, which is 3 times 3, which is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27 centimeters cubed. But we say the volume of a cube with a side length of 3 centimeters is 27 cubic centimeters. Or when the side of a cube has a length of 5 centimeters, then the volume is 5 cubed, which is 5 times 5, which is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125 centimeters cubed. But we say the volume of a cube with a side length of 5 centimeters is 125 cubic centimeters. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. This video is what I did for you. If you want to do something for me, hit the bell button, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy learning, everyone.